Thank you, everybody, for that very warm welcome. I am Dirtch. I've been speedrunning Half-Life 2 for almost 3 years now.
How long have I been running it? What? Better part than a little bit more than 2 years, something like that. And I've seen this game grow like a lot. It's amazing to see how far this game has come in the last like 3-4 years.
I'm Protal. I am a former Source game runner, so I can make some input.
I'm Johan. I'm here because I smooth-talked Eold into letting me commentate. I used to run Black Mesa, which is a lot like Half-Life 2, but way easier and way more random. So hopefully I can contribute a little bit. To set this stage for this run here, I'd like to read off some stats.
Numbers.
So Dirtch and Eold have done a lot of Source running in a lot of similar categories, so I just like to go down the list of a few. To start, we have Portal, where Dirtch is sitting in 41st place, while Eold is in 107th. Then we have HL1, where Dirtch is in 69th place and Eold is in 52nd. Now we move on to some Half-Life 2 mods, like Locomotive, where Dirtch is in 2nd, Eold is in 3rd. We have Half-Life 2 Downfall, played 25 times in a row, where Dirtch is in 2nd, Eold is in 3rd. And finally, we have the Half-Life 2 times, where Dirtch is in 4th and Eold is in 3rd. We also have the regional rivalry here with Minnesota versus Iowa, and on top of that, we have the 9-to-5 gamer versus the aspiring young college student with way too much free time. Ladies and gentlemen, this is GDQ. This is speedrunning's biggest stage. Today, we decide which of these is the faster gamer. Are you guys ready? Eold and Dirtch, are you ready?
We are ready.
Start your cutscenes.
We're going to pause right on the first tick.
Okay.
Yeah. So because of basically the game actually doesn't start yet in terms of like the timer, but this is a cutscene, so we can continue to yap about stuff.
Mind counting us down, or are
it's like a soft pause. You can do the countdown later on. So basically, there's two builds. No, not two builds. There are two versions of this game: New Engine and Old Engine. New Engine is a newer version of the game, creatively dubbed New Engine, and it was 2010 when it was ported over to base Half-Life 2. And if you thought Old Engine was broken with all its W forward bunny hopping and save warping, New Engine is 10 times worse. It is a much more entertaining speedrun.
All right, we can unpause. This is not the start of the game run or the timer. We're just synchronizing the cutscene in 3, 2, 1.
Nice. So this is a pretty important character.
And the cutscene we are running is any % no void clip, where we're going to, it's a pretty standard any % category, except we will not be void clipping, which is the trick involving traveling horizontally in out of bounds space using basically tick perfect save loads, frame perfect save loads, what have you. And it looks like a loading screen, so it's kind of boring, which is why most runners pick up this main category.
G-Man's being very rude to me right now.
Y'all think I kind of look like G-Man? I know y'all see it.
I think I do. I see it.
The
run will begin upon a train horn and a flash in the train, and I will count us down.
So wake up, Mr.
Good luck, Dirtch.
Freeman.
Wake up and smell the ashes. 3, 2, 1, go!
I'm out. Let's go.
And I'm out too. I just got stuck for a little bit, but that's fine.
What you're seeing both runners do right now is they save and load right as they start the game, and that causes the two train cars to desync and collide with each other, and it actually pushes them out of the train, and that skips a whole lot of waiting for that cutscene.
This one is pretty important. We'll use it in a bit.
I nearly got caught in a soft lock there. If you go through too quickly through that hallway, you can either prevent the NPCs from continuing, or you could crash.
The Combine take their cues very seriously. The Combine being the enemy soldiers and cops in this game.
Oh, by the way, this is a NPC teleporting. It's funny.
Yippee!
If you block an NPC's path with a prop, it just decides that it can't go anywhere, so it just teleports to its next cutscene node.
All right, now we're gonna have some very professional stacking going on here.
I'm notoriously bad at this. Don't blame me.
Protal, do you want to explain the movement?
I'm not explaining the movement, but I can explain something else.
Go ahead.
So something very important in this game is the way this engine works is that there's two main hitbox. There's a VFizz hitbox, which controls stuff like complicated interactions with props, bullets, explosions, stuff like that. And there's a quick hitbox, which controls interactions with the world. Now, I'm way oversimplifying this, but most of the time, these two are supposed to be in basically the same place at the same time, but when they get separated, some really, really weird things can happen, and you're going to be seeing that a lot later and throughout the duration of this run.
You and me both, Doc. He was about to
Come on, Eold. You got it. Clutch up.
You overestimate my skill in this video game.
Dirtch. Oh! Come on, one more try.
I might reload
I do
to
not
get
have
this.
time.
You cannot reload. That's cheating.
As long as he stays away
Shout out
from
single segment, by the way, the hardest category of this whole game.
Listen, I gotta go, Doc.
Hey,
We're taking
there we
enough
go.
chances as it is.
Let's go!
Okay,
Just in
Gordon,
time.
You're gonna have to make your own way to
Now the
Dr.
comment's gonna go
Kleiner's
like
lab.
knock over that stack. How rude.
I probably should also explain movement. So in this game, you're going to see them going really, really fast, and that is called a movement called A-hop, short for accelerated hopping. Basically, it is a byproduct of them trying to patch a different speed glitch in the old engine version of the game, and they just made it so that when you're moving or you're holding a movement key that is going the opposite direction, forward or backwards, you just start gaining more and more speed in that direction because it gives you negative speed. Really, really shoddy patch.
It's like a Band-Aid fix that they just left in the permanent game.
It's a Band-Aid fix that turned out the Band-Aid was very elastic and is now slingshotted it very rapidly in the opposite direction.
Oh, by the way, we just skipped a trigger that enables fall damage on this map, so we're gonna be doing some stuff. I don't want that. I want this instead. So, yeah, we can just jump off this building, because why not?
This trick coming up is called Bill's Big Thrill, found by a casual runner called Bill the Thrill, I think. Not 100% sure how it works, but Eold's going to be touching the wheel of the Combine APC with that prop. He's going to touch it, and now he's going to start flying.
We need to do a very particular setup for a trick that will be very important later on, which is one of the reasons that we are playing on a very specific build of this game, because it allows us to do this trick much more easily. There we go.
There we go.
Very nice. So what's actually happening there is that although it looks like he hits the wall and then teleports to the other side, what's happening is that that secondary VFizz hitbox keeps on going while that Quake hitbox is still stuck against the wall, and once it reaches the other side, it just slingshots him back to where it ends up. And that's you're going to see that all throughout this run later.
The Combine can be slowed
Please,
away,
red letter
but once
day
they're
skip.
up, you don't want to get in their way.
So this trick is very annoying because you have to do it single segment. So if you mess up, you load all the way back to the start with the paint bucket. And yeah, this just happens.
Yeah, some of the BBT shenanigans we can pull is by using a prop and touching one of those hitboxes to continue flying that way. And it'll last for as long as we hold the crouch key.
All right, so now they're going to try and save their hitbox at a very specific point, so when they change to the next map, they'll be warped outside of a cutscene. And now they're going to stay crouched, because the minute they uncrouch and hit a prop, they're going to warp back to that, and so they're going to use a very specific lineup with a pallet here to ensure that they transition levels as they hit the prop, and they will warp to the next map, and at the same time warp to that place where they saved one of their hitboxes, ultimately skipping a very, very long cutscene.
Wayzone is the one who found the skip, I believe.
Shout out to Wayzone. A lot of us probably, I could say, got into the source speedrunning in general from that fella's HL2 speedrun here 5-6 years ago. Golly.
5 years ago, yeah.
Also, play AG, play it now. This is precise to like the 10th of a unit.
Oh.
Oh, dang.
Oh, no.
I'm stuck
Oh,
in the void,
no. The worst happened.
Shoot.
Now I must start over from way back here.
All right. Well, Eold is going to be off to an early lead here as Dirtch has to now redo that entire trick.
It's all good. I'm going to be stuck on Sulis for the better part of a minute.
Oh, no.
You can load up the map command because it's actually very similar to what a easier strat is RTA, where we don't actually do suitless.
I'm going to go, based off those applause, I think Eold might be the crowd favorite here.
Ah, shoot.
So,
Yeah, this is suitless. It's very difficult.
Normally, this is where you would get the crowbar, but
Dr. Freeman,
getting
I
that
presume.
scene takes a long time, so we're just not going to do that.
You better hurry.
we have a lot of momentum, and momentum is very good at breaking wooden boards if you do it
You
right.
don't want to get in their way.
I'm not doing it right. That almost worked. Also, shout out Rama for this one. Being able to break these more consistently.
Eold, do you think you're notorious for choking runs? There we go.
Hey, there we go. First try.
That answers that question.
I would never ever choke a speedrun of this game ever.
So Eold just got his crowbar back. How did he do that? Well, what he did is that he made a save with an invalid name, like a colon or something. And then they used the reload command to reload the last save they made, but the game can't find a save. It can't load it because it's not a valid name. So it defaults to just loading the map, which is full of whatever the developers put you there, whatever you're supposed to have when you go into that map. So they're going to be using that a lot to refill on weapons and stuff like that.
Eold, you want to talk about what you had planned for this year?
Oh yeah, every time I miss this launch, I donate $5.
All right, here we go. Start counting.
Black Mesa, your old administrator.
I'm better.
Oh, hey, one.
I got overconfident. That's
And
my
one.
fault.
All right, $5. Good start.
Yippee. Hopefully, I don't have an ISG moment and crash.
Ooh, ISG coming up here.
Yeah, it's not infinite sword glitch. It's something else in this game. I believe. Protal, do you want to fill us in on
Yeah,
this?
so item save glitch is a glitch called, ISG is a glitch called item save glitch, and it is called item save glitch because it was originally found in Portal, which has a glitch called save glitch. But Eold made a save earlier in that Alex area, and he just touched those two props together, and that basically broke the physics, so you're going to see him just fly through walls now. Things are going to start bouncing around. Not really sure how this works. I think it was left over from, it was like a quick fix for some leftover E3 code, but this is basically going to let you just clip through anything he wants as long as he has a prop.
So I failed red letter day skip 2 times in a row, unfortunately.
Ooh,
and
dang.
if I attempted a 3rd time and still get it, it would be about the same amount of time as taking the cutscene itself. So for the sake of not falling horribly behind, I'm going to use a save to catch up.
All right, well, now Eold has an out if he loses the race.
Cheating in a speedrun?
Never happened.
Yeah, invalid.
Golly.
Also, so funny thing about ISG is that the glitch is so powerful, it persists between saves. So the only way to get rid of it is by literally closing the game. So it persists between saves, so I can just hopefully do this clip. This is supposed to save time, but the way I'm doing it, it will probably not save time.
So what you see Eold trying right here is called a quick clip.
There we go.
Half-Life 2 is very unique among Source games for this mechanic, and namely, usually in Source games, you'll often see people very carefully rubbing props up against the wall and hoping that they somehow snap into the player model. In Half-Life 2 in particular, there's a couple glitches. Right now we see ISG, and later we'll see another one, that because they remove the prop collision, we can very easily just walk up to a wall and put our hitbox inside them, and then one of the player's hitboxes keeps moving once it hits that prop through the wall, sort of as if the player kept going. So you'll often see them jumping into a wall with the prop to very quickly clip through, which is a heck of a lot faster than the prop clipping you might see in other Source games.
Shout out Peng for this setup that I'm bailing right now. I got it.
There we go. Hey.
All right, so we're not out of bounds, by the way. This is in bounds.
So, does anyone want to try to explain what the void is? T-Mob's going to yell at me if I get it wrong.
Oh, I'm going to get it wrong too. That's fine.
I can explain. So basically in the hammer editor, in areas where there are not brushes or other bits and pieces of the map, there's this thing called the void, and it's just like the out of bounds area. You're not meant to move or go through the void at all to any sort of degree. But with tick perfect saves and loads, you can in fact actually go through the void. You can traverse the void, and that's called void clipping, which is the less popular category of the two. So I just quit the game to cancel ISG, and now we're back here, and that saves a lot of time in game, but it looks very cool. And save delete again to get the SMG.
That's all that matters, really.
Yep. When in doubt, save delete. Not save delete, save load, rather. I messed up my own thing.
Red and dot save delete is Black Mesa, buddy.
Shout out Black Mesa.
Shout out Black Mesa.
Can I hit this? Oh, shoot. I want to go for that again.
I think now would probably be a good time for a couple of donations.
Absolutely, you got it. So first, to update everybody, we have been racing towards our bonus game, sitting at over $12,800 towards the $75,000 we need. So amazing work, folks. We have some donations that worked well towards that as well. We have $850 from Sir Edges, who says, hello from the HL2 deathmatch community. Here is $50 for every year I've been playing HL2 DM. 17 years for those counting. This is my first in-person GDQ event, and HL2 is one of the runs that made me commit to coming in person. On behalf of the HL2 DM community, I want to say good luck to both of the runners today. Looking forward to seeing if there is any shared tech between competitive and speedrunning. To all my friends in the DM community, thanks for all the years of fun. And thanks so much for your donation, Sir Regis. We love to see it.
Here is one view. So here is one piece of tech that is definitely not shared. Who wants to explain this?
I can explain it. So Eold aligned his boat in just the right way so that he's able to get into it to bypass a trigger. And by ramping it up on that wall and exiting it so that he gets teleported into the trigger, but the airboat is outside of the volume that would preserve profs and stuff, the airboat is going to get deleted at the same time that the next map loads. And something really, really weird is going to happen. It's going to give the player the airboat properties, but the player is not going to be in the airboat.
I'm currently fumbling this, by the way.
Yeah, Dirtch, it's looking real good for you, by the way.
All right. Got it.
Oh.
There we go. So now he has no clip. Unfortunately, you can't actually hit most of the change level triggers in this game while in no clip. So Eold's going to fly around here, collect some resources he'll need later in the run. With this state, we're not going to be able to save delete anymore. So resource management is very important from here on out. We're going to get Eold's going to get eaten by this barnacle here to give himself his hitbox back. So now he can actually hit change level triggers, but he's still going to have some very weird properties. One you'll see here in a bit is that he's immune to bullets now, which is pretty useful in a game where the enemies have guns. He is also going to be able to use any prop, even without activating ISG from earlier, to quick clip, which is an absolute game changer.
It's also way easier to do with this than it is to do with ISG.
Gotcha.
I'm having a skill issue right now. That works. There we go.
Oh.
And we just skip the gate. Hopefully I can get the low launch. Kind of. Close enough.
There we go. Real nice demonstration of the accelerated hopping in Half-Life 2. We'll see much more here later in Coast, but suffice to say, the open levels in this game are absolutely beautiful with the way these fellows move through them.
The way Dirtch moves through them, I'm kind of mad at the video game.
There you go.
I'm cooking.
There we go.
All right, there we go. All right, man. Wasn't for me, said.
Something I should note is that when a byproduct of playing on this old version, this is not the most recent Steam Pipe version. This is I don't know when exactly the version came out, but it's pretty old. And it makes that trick, that yes clip trick, way easier because you're able to just save a load to kill all of the airboat's momentum. So you don't have to worry about stopping it and worrying about the momentum that it might have.
And just to clarify, yes clip is what we call the no clip state you get after you exit the boat.
It's not cheating.
Yeah, it's legal.
Surely.
Hence, yes clip.
Yeah. Unfortunately, when your game has an actual built-in no-clip command, then you gotta define things properly. All right, here we go. The old soaring through the skies. Oh.
I have very low health, but I believe it is doable.
Well, it's nice to know that the roadside barriers work as even in Half-Life 2, not just real life.
Safety standards. Let's go. Nice, good stuff. I'm gonna not do that. What am I going to do instead?
You're gonna hit a light bulb. The game gave you an idea.
The idea was not very beneficial. All right, so
here's a quick clip.
I missed that launch. But yeah, this is quick clipping, by the way. We can just do that.
Yeah.
That's just a thing throughout the entire run now. So you take up a physics prop and then put it against the wall with speed, and you just go through the wall like it is not there. Shout out Dirtch style. Dirtch style is this trick right here where you can do that movement very fast. I'm actually very surprised I hit
All right, here we go. This is a tricky one. Ooh, how many times? This is a Chili launch found by the runner Chili and such quite a while ago. This remains, as a casual viewer, the place where I see a lot of runs die early on. But Eold makes it through here.
Nice, good stuff. And we're on this map. Don't know what it's called. Canals something something.
I think now would be a time for another donation, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. We are almost at $13,000 for our bonus game today. Y'all are getting those donations in so quickly. Great work, folks. Keeping that $50 train going, we have $50 from Nightwig, who says, I have to donate without looking. This game is too fast. Thanks so much for your donation. Do we have time for another?
Sure do.
Yes, we do.
Amazing. We have $50 from the G-Man himself, who says, I must extend my sincerest wishes for a safe and expedient journey through the corridors of... Is it that time again? How admirable it is to see you racing against time itself, bending the very fabric of this intricate world to your will. Do be careful, though. We wouldn't want any unforeseen consequences, would we? Best of luck. I'll be watching. From the Half-Life 2 Deathmatch community and everything FPS. Thanks so much for your donation.
Hey, look, Vortigons.
Yeah, so this map is usually not this bright, but we are very good with tech problems. Oh, what the heck? There we go. So this cutscene is slightly broken. We didn't talk to Mossman at all. We didn't care enough to listen to her. So we're just gonna wait here for a bit while Eli does something. I don't know. I have not played this game casually in the last like 5-ish years or something.
Well, let me fill you in on that real quick. This is sort of the cutscene where you meet a lot of the main characters in the story, and it's very long. There's a lot of time sequences of them communicating with each other, which we are going to try and exploit to speed things up a little bit.
Very important that he's looking at the ground there because he wants to make sure Eli thinks he's as bored as he is, so he doesn't try to talk to him about anything.
All right.
I'm giving the thing my soup power.
I think now would be good time for a couple donations.
Absolutely. In the very short time, we've already crossed that $13,000 threshold too. So I don't know what y'all are up to, but we are speeding. Going towards that, we actually have $10 from G-Man, who has returned, to say, rise and shine, Mr. Freeman. Prepare for unforeseen donation incentives. Ooh, switching it up. We also have $20 from Wolf Eyes, who says, first time in person at GDQ. Amazing. Welcome here. Good to have you. Do we have time for another?
Yeah.
We have time for a short one, yes.
Okay, amazing. We have $5 from Spectermint, who says, always happy to see Half-Life content. Source is such a funny little engine. It's a joy to watch these. Of course, though, I have a question. Do you know who ate all the donuts? Good question. Thanks so much for your donation.
I think I got it? Yeah, I got it. Okay, so that trick right there doesn't look like much, but that is the entire reason that this chapter is now faster to do in this particular way. At least in RTA. In IGT, it is not so the case, but it was actually slower RTA. But basically, what we did is that we prevented an output from firing, I think. I'm not entirely sure. Not even the person who found it knows fully. But what it does is that Mossman is up there, she's doing something, and now she's talking to Alex through the floor because video game.
You can handle yourself out there.
If I understand correctly, what we've done is we've synced up multiple cutscenes to play at the same time to ultimately save a lot of time.
Oh, shoot. I was going to do an optimization there that I found, but it's not very fast, or very much faster. She does this thing on the keypad to open the door, but there's a trigger right around here that will basically, like, that will basically, it only activates when an NPC touches it. So what you can do is hit that and she'll walk through the door and not go to the keypad.
All right, we got Eold trying to set up a Bluetooth door here. Sometimes if you can obstruct the path of some NPCs here, they'll remotely open doors at the end of hallways.
That is so not going to work, by the way.
Oh.
Hey, it could. It
Trust the
could.
process.
Also, I'd like to clarify when we say we don't know how things understand. The source engine has been around for quite a while, but we are still finding things every now and then that we see. It is just like, who knows? We throw them at a couple runners, T-Mob, who else?
T-Mob, Pegasus, Zionic,
Yeah.
Dreaded 3.
And we hope they can figure it out, but there's still a lot of mysteries to solve.
And there's a dog in this game. We don't talk to him.
Yeah.
Oh, what the?
You guys saw the dog earlier, right?
Oh, yeah, the command works. Also, look at this epic shader stuff.
Eold, I think the crowd might want you to take a break later in the game and have a look at dog if you can.
Oh, of course, but there's more than one time that we see him.
He comes back. He's one of the heroes of the story.
The goat.
To no one's surprise.
Also, I'm just spamming crouch and jump on this ladder to go fast.
You can think of it, you sort of move up the ladder like an inchworm, then really fast. All right, this is Ravenholm. It's where all the cool kids are, as you can see there. So this is a bit of a closed off level, which is very scary. This is like the survival horror. And so the way that survival horror presents to speedrunners is A lot of confined spaces, not a lot of ways to build up a lot of speed. So what you'll see is a lot of very precise explosive boosting here to just barely get enough height to get all over all these roofs, as you see here, Eold doing very skillfully.
My car.
No, it's getting towed. Anyone know the number for one of the parking garages in the area? There's also a lot of closed off spaces, so we are going to get a lot of mileage out of Quick Clip here.
This is me.
That's Eold.
I am the barrel boy.
Yeah.
Also, shout out Mira for figuring out that clip was possible in New Engine.
And here we go, another very precise one. He's going to time an SMG nade as the grenade explodes and just barely get enough height to fly over this building here.
Oh,
Very well done.
This is...
Oh, what?
I'm bad at the video game. There we go.
jinxed
Okay.
There you go. Do not believe Eold when he says he's bad.
Do not believe Dirtch when he says he's bad. Shout out to Zeus for early ravioli launch. I don't know how that worked.
There's a fella here named Father Ravioli, and
once again, we don't see him.
Yeah.
I'm very sorry.
Most of the NPCs don't really, they're not on the same schedule we are.
There's so much sequence breaking going on in this game. Sometimes entire maps. Like there's no such thing as what's called Town 01, which is one of the horseshoe-shaped routes in the game casually that we don't even enter.
Yeah.
I believe you... I mean, that's not Town 01.
It's part of Ravenholm where,
Yeah, it's Town of something.
yeah, I think it's the intro to the poison zombie.
Here, Eold doing another quick clip here, just standing on one of those beams in the mine.
Shout out Overflow for beam clip. Oh, I almost hit that. Hold on, I want to hit this. I failed it. I'm not bad.
Hey, Eold, do you want some love to cheer you on from donations quick?
Yes, please.
I got you covered. So we actually had $20 come in from Komodo Wagon, who
Hey.
says, let's go, Eold. So there you go. There's some motivation for you.
One of the OGs.
Yeah, thanks so much for your donation.
It's going to a good cause.
You got it. Do you have time for another?
We have time for another. Yes, we do.
Absolutely. So we have a $250 donation from Appleseed EXM, who says, shout out to Ray, my amazing partner who's watching Half-Life 2 just because I am a huge nerd about it. I love you. And thanks to everyone involved. Great charity and great event as always. Less than 3. And thank you so much for your donation for supporting this event. And much love to your love.
So coming up here, Eold is entering the coast levels. I was talking earlier about open areas. This is far and away the most open part of the game. Normally, you're supposed to take a car here and cruise down a highway. Well, that's going to be an open road here for Eold to just fly through. I personally think this might be the single coolest level in all of speedrunning as a whole. So I'm not going to yap more about it. I'm just going to shut up and let you guys watch. And again, I think now a great time for donations.
The map normally does not look this scuffed, especially when I'm playing it. But yeah.
All right, if we're ready for some donations, I want to share a $20 donation from Roro2112, who says, let's get that Destiny incentive, eyes up, Guardian. And again, with that support, we are almost at $14,000 towards that incentive. So hey, if we want more Marathon and some extra bonus Destiny, make sure to keep sending in those donations and clicking on that incentive to get some more fun games later today. Thanks so much, everyone.
So part of the tech where Eold's using here to survive a lot of these huge launches on coast is that once you're moving really, really fast, if you hit any kind of inclined surface, the game just kind of gives up and says, all right, you got a boss, no fall damage for you, which is very important for landing because there's not a lot of slopes or water areas for Eold to land on here. He just needs to go as fast as he possibly can and hit a road with a slight incline to it, which fortunately, there are a lot of here. A little bit of tight moving here.
I don't know how I survived that.
All right, I think we verified in our practice runs we do actually meet Laszlo here, so the greatest mind of a generation. Coming up here in a little bit. I think I might have queued that a little too early.
A little bit.
This is a very swag strat that I'm going for, and I actually hit it. Wow. Okay.
Oh.
That's really hard, by the way. I cannot overstate how hard these tricks are.
Yeah.
This is definitely one of the most, I think, technically impressive runs that I've ever seen.
Yeah.
It's like, I get asked a lot, do you have 6 fingers?
There's Some games you move around with a couple of buttons, you know, 1 or 2, or you do like one motion repeatedly over and over again. There's a lot. There he is.
We saved him.
He's fine.
Let's go.
We did as we were asked to not touch the sand.
Yeah. Turns out sand is pretty slow when you have invisible walls to run on.
Yeah, honestly, it's so convenient. I don't know how like Gordon just doesn't see these.
Someone should talk to some racing organizations about that. I wonder if invisible walls are better for grip than roads themselves.
Maybe. Oh, also this displacement's there, by the way. So yeah,
you go ahead, Eold.
we can get caught on the inside displacements, cancel our fall damage, hit the backside of this trigger, and yeah, now we're on a map that actually has normal lighting.
All right, here we go. Eold, hole in one time. How good are you at golf?
Not very good, I will say.
Okay, well, self-deprecation is the key to success in speedrunning, it seems, with Eold here today. So
Real.
here we go. No.
Oh, I don't have a nade.
Wait, you get. Oh.
We good. We can just do nadeless instead, which also has hole in one potential.
Oh. We'll call that par.
This guy screwed me up.
Oop, that was an alt tab. Sorry.
Uh-oh.
I
Yeah.
have the brightness fix bind set to tab and plus lock to alt. So
Some of these maps are very, very good because they have lighting issues. So sometimes we have binds that fix the lighting issues for us. Normally we never run into these kinds of things on other builds, but everything will go wrong in a marathon setting. Like this box clip. Please work. Thank you.
Murphy's Law.
Yes, precisely.
Yeah.
Normally this area is pretty dark, but
I don't think Murphy knew about GDQ though.
yeah, he didn't take
He
that
might
into
have.
account.
He might have. Dang. All right. Well, Eold cheated earlier, so now he's in jail.
Unlucky.
He does not pass go. He does not collect $200. But fortunately, he can go through walls. So you know they might need to rethink this whole prison thing.
Oh, I didn't get the full launch. I wasn't cool enough.
This is probably the level broken the most by quick clipping. Yeah, as you can see here, just any wall is not really there for Eold. Again, I cannot overstate how many other source game runs like die because of quick clips. They're incredibly unreliable and take a really long time and save a lot of time, so they're a must to do. And that's just not a factor here in the Half-Life 2 speedrun. We just get to keep going.
And there's usually a lot of parts here where you have to do a little tower defense section with some turrets, but those are all skipped entirely.
Yeah.
That was cool, by the way. That saved no time.
Golly.
This map does not have normal lighting.
Did you already slope off the turret?
Yeah, I did.
Ah, dang it, I missed it.
That strat saves 0.5, not 0.2. Buster.
So when it comes to slopes and launching, we really just need any kind of incline. It doesn't matter if it's really tiny or really long. So sometimes just small little edges on props that happen to be inclined is enough to get enough height to get over fences or walls or whatever we happen to be jumping over. All right, so Eold has a very special box here. You're never going to guess what he's going to use this box for.
You can do a brand new glitch.
Yeah.
Well, kinda. I'm gonna be attempting to do the swag strat.
Oh.
Oh.
Nope.
I see. So Eold is trying to toss the prop here and then catch it in a position to immediately quick click with it. Again, when you quick clip, you kind of just keep one of your hitboxes keeps moving as if there's nothing there. So Eold always jumps so that when he does quick clip, he doesn't like keep going and fall through the floor. So he wants to make it past the wall and be above ground before he makes it all the way through the wall. So sometimes he needs to arrange things in a certain way or jump, or later we'll see build up a lot of speed so he can get through a particularly thick wall before he actually falls below the ground on the other side.
You're coming up to another control room.
Would you have time for a couple donations quickly?
Yes, indeed.
Amazing. So we have a $10 donation from Man from the Moon, who says, "Hey GDQ, long-time watcher, first-time donator. Good to see HL2 back for another year, technical and timeless." So true. Thanks for your donation. We also have $250 from Vermilion Bird, who says, "I love watching races at GDQ so much. Shout out to everyone keeping this event going. And shout out to all of you who have been donating towards Doctors Without Borders. We love to see every single dollar go towards this great cause and push towards unlocking some more incredible content like our bonus game later today. So thank you to everybody who have been supporting this. We appreciate you so very much."
Yay, normal lighting. Okay. So I need to kill a couple of these people because this is a marathon and I'm overly scared of one of them messing up the cutscene. There's a shotgunner. There you are. Okay. So basically I really do not want Alex to die. It is very important that she doesn't die.
I think to both the plot of the game and the tech, I'd say yeah. All right, so here Eold is setting up a prop clip, and now while he's stuck in the wall, he can use explosives to give himself as much speed as he possibly needs. And he sort of stores it until he starts save loading and starts moving through the wall, as you see here. Protal, do you want to explain what he's doing here with these turrets?
Yeah, so normally you're supposed to wait for a super long cutscene to play where you see Eli and there's a whole big lore dump. And that cutscene is supposed to start when you pick up 2 turrets. And normally you're not supposed to be able to pick up those 2 turrets, but they've found a little hole in the glass to be able to pick them up early and start the fight early. So what you're going to see here is he's going to be blocking that terminal so that Mossman can't reach it, and it's going to delay the cutscene. So you have like how many, like 2, 3 different like cutscene parts all happening at the same time, and it's definitely not supposed to be happening like this.
If you're referring to the hole in that turret thing, it's actually a very technical. So Valve wanted you to interact with NPCs through things like glass and fences and whatnot. So transparent things have this like weird property where you can interact with stuff that are things that are friendly to you. The turret is friendly. It's behind glass, and we can just grab the edge of it to activate it.
I just want to say shout outs to that one shoulder that just dove in and took the shotgun blast for his friend in the background. What a champ.
He's a G. He did not stop me though, but like he tried.
You're a monster.
I really hope I didn't mess up this cutscene, by the way. This cutscene is very hilariously broken on 5288, which is the build of this game, and has caused many soft locks and many a pain. It's very fun.
Yeah, the game is usually pretty good at preventing story vital NPCs from dying, but in this situation, in that pod that Mossman and Alex are looking at is Eli, and yeah, he is not very friendly to bullets.
Nice, that worked. Okay. Mossman's supposed to go over there, type in like the Webkin's password or something, I don't know. And it just, does that.
Someone ought to teach Eli boatless. It would help a lot in preventing, failures of this trick. Uh-oh. Dirtch, I have some great news for you, buddy.
Yeah.
Some real good news.
Oh, no.
Wait, it's black.
For me? No, it's bad news for Eold.
Well, that puts you back in the lead, buddy.
It's bad news for both of us, my guy. We are even. It's DX level moment. So this cutscene is very easy. We are supposed to use the lighting on this teleporter thingy. And because of the DX level of the game at the current moment, it has not worked. I recommend making a hard save before doing this, Dirtch, so you don't make a mistake like me.
Is this because of the Fulbright?
No, it's because of DX level, which is easily fixable. It's just, once again, everything will go wrong in a marathon.
Source and Voodoo again. Once again, we don't really understand how it works in full.
If this somehow works with just a random timing, I would be amazed.
This is our first time running with this particular build of Half-Life 2 in a marathon, or this is the first time in a marathon where it's ran.
Dang.
So we're learning a lot today about it.
Oh, wait. Load.
Did it work?
It did.
Oh my God. You need to have more faith in yourself, buddy. Come on. All right, well,
I gotta guess the timing again. This is great.
Oh, you had practice now.
Yeah, they
Just do what worked.
Lock in.
Not hard.
Lock in. I'm just like guesstimating the timing.
Not really sure which of these two is ahead now.
Oh, I am by far. I don't even want to know. It's so over. Okay, that worked. For the record, if this does mess up, I'm just gonna load a practice save. I'm gonna pull a proto. Yeah. Shout out Proto, by the way. Awesome Half-Life runner. Shout out Half-Life as a whole. Fun game.
No.
Would you
Now-
like some extra encouragement as well?
Yes, please.
Amazing. Let's give you some love. So we have $25 from Nether, who says, "Yo, Eold, the lads in Iowa are here to cheer you on. You got this." We also have $150 from Dark Fox DK, who says, "I seem to remember this game involving a lot more waiting around and a lot less flying." I don't know, y'all. Aren't these two impressive? You heard it here first. You're both doing amazing.
So that worked that time. And just going to be getting some shield and stuff and whatnot.
Gordon Freeman is very good at multitasking.
I, as a person, am not, though.
I'm going to assume you're going to multitask the crap out of this game here in a moment, given that you just said that.
He's scared of me.
I would be too.
5288 moment. So Alex is actually normally not here in prison, which is one of the disadvantages of this build. I personally don't like it, but is what it is. Speedrun stuff. We have to make sacrifices to get the fastest times. Like this, I'm going to be sacrificing a lot of health here. Nice.
So Eold needs to boost up there because the level change trigger is around the top of the elevator shaft.
Yeah,
And he doesn't want to get left behind.
Alex is doing something.
Here's a nifty boost. He can't actually pick up that prop, so he uses the glowing orb to blast it perfectly into the right location so he can quick clip with it anyway.
I'm going to give this like 2 tries.
Is this a good time to stop and have a look at Dog for the crowd?
Dog is here? What?
Wait, what?
Oh, hey, Dog.
Oh my god, there he is! Let's go!
I have played this game. All right, so I'm bad at the video game, so I'm going to be doing this strat instead, which is actually consistent.
Yahoo!
There we go. Nice. And that skips a little invisible wall. So we can go through this a little bit quicker and do a drop clip first try. That was amazing.
Golly.
That was great. Whee! Oh, are you doing CMS?
Yeah, I'm trying to reverse CMS, where you can get a bunch of speed from getting tick-precise pauses while standing on a prop, but it's not working out for me, and this would otherwise be a soft lock.
Oh, yeah. So this is... Shout out Winded Cone. Oh, shout out ammo management. Hold on.
I'm feeling out the load times right now so that I can stack a bunch of acceleration up on one prop.
When the game loads, there's like a initial state. When it starts the loading, then there's the proper loading, and then there's like a finishing state. And you can start the next save load kind of in the finishing state. There's not any sort of tell. Sometimes you can use the live split timer to figure out exactly times for when you save load, but with tick perfect save loads in general, you just kind of have to know how long your computer takes to load the map. And in the marathon setting on GDQ's wonderful computers here, Dirtch is not necessarily familiar with them, so tick perfect save loads can be a little bit of a try and fail sort of.
They are in fact faster than mine.
Yeah.
And fun thing with build 5288, it causes loads within a map to be much faster, but loads between maps, like load transitions, to be much longer. So with folks like the world record holder Pen Person, who have much faster PCs, they can't even control tick perfect save load tricks.
We measure the speedruns in-game time rather than RTA because real-time load times just can't be consistent. And yeah, funnily enough, more often than not, having the slower computer is potentially the easier way to play the game quickly.
By that logic, we can play on a Nintendo and get record.
Real.
Actually.
Real.
Or rather, be last place in the leaderboards, which one of those is true. All right, so this is... I was going to do a strat invented by, I believe, Zeus here again, but I failed it because I have a skill issue. And now we're going to be doing... this strat was invented by Lyron, I believe, or discovered by him. And then we're going to be going into another strat, which was discovered by him as well. Shout out Lyron Boost.
Oh.
And that was fast.
All right, here's this is the right area. Yeah, here we got another place coming up where Dirtch might be able to make up some good time.
Oh yeah, this map is infamous for killing runs.
Yeah.
So what we do here, we politely push this guy out of our way, jump on the railing, do some more stuff, throw a nade, and line up with an incredibly precise line, and hopefully hit it correctly and fly all the way up.
Second try.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'd say there's two places I've tended to tune into Half-Life runs and seeing them die. First was Chili Launch, and then the other one is that boost particular right there. I think was found by Wayzone, or there's a Wayzone setup. I don't remember.
There is like, if that is true, then there are 3 launches that were invented by Wayzone on the map, I believe.
Ooh.
3 of the 4 that I know. I'm bad at the video game.
All right.
No, you're not.
So Eold is in fact so good at the video game that there are snipers on this map with very accurate guns, but yeah, Eold, you just go fast enough, they cannot track you. All right.
Eold, I heard self-deprecation. Is it time for some more encouragement? I'm back.
Yes, please.
All right, we have $100 from Lo, who says, finally here for my first in person. So awesome to be here and to see Source games broken like this. Again, this is just such an incredible display of talent and hard work, right? Thanks so much for your donation. We appreciate it. We also have $50 from Indigo, who says, just hit 5,000 hours in Destiny 2, so to keep with the theme of the donation train, here is 1 cent for every hour spent playing one of my favorite games of all time. Let's see that bonus run. And we are almost 1/5 of the way to that already. Let's keep those donations rolling in, folks. Y'all are doing some great work over here. We appreciate you.
Eold, I'm gonna need you to see you, pick yourself up a little bit. Lana's really carrying you in terms of the vibes of this run here.
I am locked in. I ain't losing. I'm gonna try to hit the IL strat, actually.
All right. A little bit of a bridge here that is actually the whole time there, even though it's not currently loaded in.
Oh, I have so much. Oh, I don't have nades. Oh, well. I was going to say, like, that route is usually never viable, but I have a lot of health to do the next nade boost. Unfortunately, I don't have a nade to do said nade boost, so I guess that route really is slow. But I did get the alternative very quickly.
Which map are you on, Eold?
Stage 7, 12B, so 2 maps.
So I want to draw your
I'm on
attention
10A.
to Dirtch's stream here. There's a really big wall he has to clip through here, so he needs to, in fact, build up all his speed for his boost before he does the quick clip. So he puts the prop in a very specific place, lines up very specifically, and shoots an SMG nade, so he gets a lot of speed, goes through a really wide invisible wall without falling through the floor, and then ultimately has enough speed to boost over all those walls in the next map. That he just
So
blew
much
over.
happens all at once.
Yeah,
boy.
it's Source speedrunning.
It's really cool.
Half-Life 2, actually. We don't have this problem with Black Mesa.
Yeah, Black Mesa is much different. What? That was weird. All right, so
Eold is coming up here to the end of City 17 here. We're now moving on to the final sort of gameplay intensive level of the game, Citadel, which is a big tower. A lot of narrow corridors and a lot of big towers, so I'll let you guess what we're going to be doing in there.
here we go.
Big fall here, hits a little slope so it doesn't take fall damage.
Yeah, Citadel is home to, in my opinion, the hardest trick in any single Valve game, like ever.
It looks so cool, though.
It's so evil.
It consists of a lot of movement through terrain that the player's not even ever meant to travel on casually.
So in this level, you're supposed to be stuck in like a little, like one of those pods we saw in prison that just kind of wraps you up and moves you along on a rail, but that's really slow. So what Eold is going to do is transition to the next map where he's supposed to start in one, but with an item in his hand. And when he does that, the game says, oh, you can't be holding anything if you're all wrapped up. So clearly you can't be in a pod. And so if he does it right, he spawns into the next level where he would normally be on rail stuck. He can now freely move with all his explosives and accelerated hopping here. Which coming up here, we have Citadel O2 skip, the hardest jump in the entire game. He's going to build up as much speed as he possibly can in these narrow hallways here. Very specific maneuvers to make sure he stays on the little railings at the edge of the hallway.
Oh, I'm bad.
Lock in. Come on.
You got this.
Actually, you know what? No. Keep choking. Dirtch, come on. You can make the comeback.
Yeah, I'm approaching Citadel 2 myself right now.
I'm bad.
The setup itself is ultra precise with the way that you place a grenade, because if you're too close, you're not going to get enough height. If you're too far away, you're not going to be able to touch the trigger because the trigger is suspended in air and it's too high to just jump on.
Nice.
Well, there we go.
That's really hard. I'm amazed I hit that first try.
Goat. So now they're going to take away all of Eold's weapons. Unfortunately, the Combine did not foresee someone just simply reaching out and grabbing their guns back, which Eold is going to do here, to very importantly get some explosives, like the rocket launcher, and also ignore the gravity gun for the most part, because we don't really use the boosted up one that much. We still have to get it, but you know.
Oh, hold on, I missed it.
Oh,
I'm bad. NAM, sorry.
there we go.
Yeah, you can use the rocket launcher to boost the gravity gun a little closer to you.
I found that, by the way. The only thing in this game I think I've actually found.
It's really hard to find new strats in a game.
A lot of what we know is thanks in no small part to the runners that came before us and ran this game setting the foundation of all these tricks in the route.
Yeah, we are standing on the
Speaking
shoulders
of old
giants.
tricks, this might be one of the oldest tricks in the game. Eold's going to grab this TV here with a very specific lineup, lay it on the ground, and then jam one of these orbs between the lip of this TV, and it's going to ricochet onto the prop and ricochet him way up this elevator shaft here. It blows my mind that that's one of the oldest tricks in the game, given that like how gosh darn cool it is and how many moving parts there are.
All right, Dirtch, where are you?
End of Citadel 2.
Uh-oh,
I am on top of the upper train tracks.
I don't think I have time for green skip. I'll go for it, and if I mess it up, it is what it is.
So Eold, being a high-risk gamer, is going to put all his cards on the table here. He's going for Breen Skip, which I have no idea how it works, and for what I understand, most people really don't.
Also never been pulled off in a run before.
Yeah, so long story short, if Eold nails this, there's a good chance that he just gets in-game time world record here. Unfortunately, it's not timed, but still, the feat would be tremendous.
Might I gotten it? Please? I didn't get it. Whatever. Should I try again? I'll try again.
That's how they get you. That's how they get you.
So this is 30 slaps, which stands for save, load, and pause. And every time you save load, you offset the pods by like a degree or something like that. Probably a little bit less. But basically, we're going to try to rotate this pod until we get all the way to the end of this map. But it ain't looking good for us.
Oh.
One more.
It's already a heck of a risk on unfamiliar hardware, because again, a lot of these tricks are dependent on knowing the load times and feeling them out.
Johan, what are you doing back there?
Good luck. Lana, can we get a donation for good luck?
Absolutely. So we had $50 from Synips, who says, almost 20 years ago today since I created my Steam account in anticipation of HL2. Still playing HL2 DM to this day. Amazing. Thanks so much. Do you have time for one more?
We do.
I believe so.
All right. We have $15 from Artesial, who says, never forget that El Corgus is the luckiest Half-Life 2 runner and has never once been affected by the curse of Eold. I think we need an explanation here. Thanks so much for your donation.
The curse of Eold is not a real thing. Don't believe his lies.
All right, quick update, folks. We are so close to $15,000 out of that $75,000 for Destiny. So let's keep rolling. Y'all are doing amazing. Great work, everyone.
So
you hit the first part of the trick you said, Eold?
yeah, I hit 1 of 5. So I need to save it a very specific coordinate, and I need to load it. That works.
Wait, are you behind Dirtch now?
Am I?
RTA, yes.
I am.
Yeah.
Unlucky.
Yeah, a lot of these tricks take a lot more time in real time to perform, but because we don't want any hardware dependencies to get in the way of the quickness of a run, the times on leaderboards are recorded in game time, done with source split, which tracks when the timer will run for so long as the game is open or paused. But because of that, we can abuse a lot of save loads to perform tricks that'll, in game time, just seem like we blip straight through walls, straight through corridors, or in a split-second snap a pod back, in this case.
Dang, I overshot it.
I have some extra love to share if you have a moment.
Yes, please.
All right, sharing a little extra, we have $50 from Anonymous, who says, all the love to Dirtch. Great gameplay. Smiley face.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for your donation.
Did I get it? Okay, I think I got it. In a way. I don't know if this is going to work.
So, Eold, you are sideways right now. I can't help but notice.
I got tired. I'm asleep.
Yeah. All the
It's
best.
more comfortable this way in the pods when you're laying down.
All the best, most like dark magic source tricks involve some kind of rotation. I'm convinced. When things start spinning, heads start spinning.
I think I did that last save load incorrectly, but is what it is.
It's gonna work first try. Watch this.
Surely not. So there's a big trigger, and the idea is that you get out of the pod and have the pod not be in the trigger, so you get yes clip, similar to what we did in Boatless. Failed it. Missed it.
Do we have any
Oh, well.
more donations?
Heck yeah, we do. So we had $25 from Kai Kai, who says, exciting seeing a game where walls seemingly just don't exist. Here for the glitches, hopefully staying for Destiny. You got it, Kai Kai. Just shy of that 15K. We are making incredible progress. Great work, folks.
So unfortunately, we are trapped for at least a little bit. The idea for Brain Skip is that you can get out of this pod in a very particular way and just go pick up the gravity gun, because for some reason you can just do that. But I failed it, so I have a skill issue. I don't know. So I failed it.
It's a super, super hard trick.
Yeah, as to be expected.
About 2 people understand it in a very deep way, and it's a 1 in 42-ish chance of even succeeding, even if you perform it successfully. It's
also art.
theorized to, because of how much time it saves, you skip this whole cutscene. So it could automatically make the run world record in in-game time. But there's no consistent, known way of executing it yet.
Yeah, we'll get there.
We just got to keep banging our heads against the wall until something works, because that's the nature of source speedrunning. And when you have a community as big as source runs, where you have multiple people banging their heads against walls, something happens.
Some people with really big heads, mostly because the whole brain up in there.
Yeah, the big brain. The big brain people help out a lot.
I think we can get some more donations coming here.
Absolutely. So we have $20 from Mr. Source Runs himself, who says, great move. Keep it up. You got it.
Thank you, Mr. Source Runs.
I wonder who that could be.
Yeah, I don't know. It's interesting.
Keep them coming.
Absolutely. We have $10 from the humble peasant, who says, wake up and smell the ashes. I hear a callback here. Thanks so much for your donation. We also had a $250 donation come in from Anonymous saying, for Destiny, Wrath of the Machine. And good news, folks, we passed that $15,000 mark, which puts us at 20%. So we are well on our way. Amazing work, everybody. Keep them coming.
This is a fairly long cutscene.
Yeah, this is the
Amazing.
By the
longest
time we enter the pod in the previous map is when most runners give their cheers, their excitement, because there's only one trick left, and that's Green Blast, which is...
I have load times on my side.
It's fairly easy. It's pretty consistent.
But
It's another yes clip.
Dirtch, things don't go wrong in marathon runs, right?
Nothing's ever gone wrong.
I think Eold is banking on Murphy's Law to bring this back.
Green Blast.
Eold is banking on Murphy's Law to bring this back.
I lose anyway, so I mean, hey, worth it.
I agree. Total waste. Fortunately,
This is a little bit more, yeah, I mean, if only, like, I had slightly longer arms.
You could reach out and grab it earlier. Why can't you do that here? Come on. Just like, here, let me give it a try.
we need you to grab that.
Okay.
You know what would make that grabbing, like, really easy? Like the gravity gun. If only we had it.
Yeah, just get a second,
All right.
my little pocket one. You know?
Yeah, the mini gravity gun. It's like the ones that they use in Alex.
I've got Green Blast coming up. I'm going
All
to
right.
perform some more save loads to delete the pod at a certain time to cause yes clip again.
Never do alone. We're stopping you. Yes.
And
guards, get in here. They know you betrayed them. They'll turn on you.
I got it.
and there we go.
Ah,
Very
dang.
nice.
So now he has yes clip. He's going to run through up a very specific path, grab the gravity gun, and then just start doing the boss fight early before the boss even gets there.
This boss fight's pretty easy.
Yep, just going to fly up to the top of Breen's little teleporter. I say little. It's a tall structure.
And now, just to round off already one of the greatest speedruns of all time, the run is going to end when G-Man says time.
G-Man?
Alex is about to say time.
Dirtch, can you fly into the orb catcher and dive real quickly? I need to win.
Time for me.
Dang. GG's, man. Another one for good measure. Threw like 7 orbs in there.
All right.
Also, I believe, where is it? This one breaks, this one does not. It does.
Wait, you lied to us.
Interesting. Why is she not saying her dialogue?
Uh-oh.
Yo, I have a skill issue. This. And I aim at its finest. Huh?
Shucks.
I threw like 8 orbs in there.
No.
There's just wind back the clock, okay, man?
Post time scale. You know, maybe something there.
Eli, this was your doing.
There's all the cheated time you can take off.
Yeah.
Eli.
And that's
Time.
it. You guys got any shout-outs?
Shout out, James. You know who you are.
Shout out the Source Runs community on Discord. They're the center for learning anything Half-Life 1 or Half-Life 2 for speedrunning. This run, although it has been a bit scuffed, it is still definitely a very fun, a very fast, very momentum-y game. And despite how difficult it is to master, it is still, I would still encourage anyone to pick it up if they're the least bit interested. If anything, it's a fun challenge just to see if you can beat it in one sitting. That goes for any speedrun, really.
Yeah.
Especially Source because of how broken it is. And because of it, just glitches are shared between game engines. Shout out, AG, play it now?
Play AG, play it now.
Play
And Duck
AG.
Game?
Yes, Duck
And
Game.
Duck Game.
Play Duck Game too.
Yeah. Earl, do you have any shout-outs?
Shout-outs to El Corgus.
Oh yeah, shout out El Corcus, yeah.
Golly. I'd just like to say, first of all, shout-outs to the entire staff that's helping run this. It can be a very thankless job at times. We're always glad to see this event back here every single year.
Absolutely.
I also want to say shout out to my friends Jonah and Carmen in the crowd there who came to this event with me despite the fact that they're not commentating anything. I very much appreciate it. And I also want to give a very special shout out to Lana for sitting in on one of our practice runs early to really just get a feel for how everything's going to work. Just helps the whole event run so much smoother. And on that note, I forgot to do something 3 years ago. So I want to say shout outs to Iggy Zig because he hosted my run in 2021 and I forgot at the end of the run and I'm not forgetting today. So thank you very much.
Keep those donations rolling.
All right.
All right, everyone, let's give another round of applause for Dirtch and Eold for that incredible race. Y'all were both amazing. All right, and the fun does not stop here, everybody. We have many more things left to come, so stick around. We have awesome games, summer games coming.